And that's the worst case scenario. And deep breath. It means we're going to have to come to terms with this as a country, and we're going to have to come to terms with what we need to do next as a country to fix this. And in order to do that, the blinders have to come off. We have to be real. Happily, just at the time that we need that, we are getting some serious help from the now rapidly unspooling legal case that surrounds this scandal. From the special counsel's office, from the FBI, from the National Security Division at the Justice Department, from the courtrooms where these multiple cases are now moving forward. The story of what Russia did to our country and who might have helped them and how much trouble they might be in for that. It's just now starting to come into focus, the different pieces of it. And on that front, there's been a whole bunch of developments. When I said that things might continue to develop while we're talking tonight over the course of this hour, I mean it. There have been developments not just over the past few days and today, even while the summit was happening, but into this evening. We've got a bunch of new developments that have actually given us as citizens a lot more clarity, a lot of new clarity in terms of what happened to us and what evidence law enforcement and counterintelligence investigators have been able to assemble. And when we can look at the evidence that they've been able to nail down, where they have shown their work, which they have done so much of in the past few days, that gives us a view of where it looks like they are heading, which again is a further help to us in terms of figuring out who we are, who we want to be, and how we are going to deal with what is now a serious national security crisis for our country. So to that end, I think the legal case here is not necessarily the way we fix this as a country. I don't know what is the way we fix this as a country. It's certainly the way that we find out what's going on and get the truth. And to that end, in terms of the evolution of this legal case, let me start with one small development that didn't get very much attention today. And I'm leading with this not because it's the most important thing, but simply because I think you might not have heard about it. It's a new development in the case of Paul Manafort, the president's campaign chair. Manafort, of course, is in jail now, awaiting 2 different federal trials on multiple felony charges in each jurisdiction. Now, the first jurisdiction in which Manafort was charged was actually Washington, D.C. The judge set a trial date for Manafort in D.C. in September. The second jurisdiction in which he was charged was in Virginia, the Eastern District of Virginia. And even though those charges came second, the Eastern District of Virginia is known as the rocket docket. They like to go fast. Don't ask a judge in Eastern District of Virginia for a delay in your trial. Don't take a long recess at your trial. Don't ask the judge to make your trial itself take too long. In the Eastern District of Virginia, they like to go fast. Sometimes faster than either the prosecutors or the defense is comfortable with. In Manafort's Virginia trial, not only did they set his trial date for July, 2 months ahead of his D.C. trial date, even though he was charged in D.C. first, but the judge in Manafort's case in Virginia has really sped things along. He turned down Manafort's request for a delay in the trial. He also turned down prosecutors' request for a longer period of time to be blocked out on the judge's calendar for the trial. They wanted a 3-week trial, and he was like, no, you should be able to get this done in 1 week. I'm obsessed with the fact that I'm giving you 2 weeks. That's terrible. Go faster. Fast. He wants to get this thing done. That's what this docket is known for. That's what this judge is known for. And that's why it is surprising and potentially very interesting today that in Paul Manafort's case today, in the rocket docket Eastern District of Virginia, the judge just handed out a big delay. Just postponed a hearing that was due to happen in Manafort's case tomorrow morning. This was going to be an interesting part of the case anyway. It's a hearing to discuss a lot of different procedural elements of the case, some of the last-ditch things Manafort's defense appears to be trying in order to try to get him off the hook. Tomorrow was going to be that hearing, but the judge now says that'll be delayed until next week. And no, we don't know why. I mean, it's totally possible that the judge has a toothache, right? Or needs to get his car inspected. And so just realized, like, oh, can't meet tomorrow for some totally anodyne reason. Totally possible. But it is also worth noting that things have been going very badly for Manafort and his defense team in his case. His lawyers have lost on literally every single motion and request they have made to the judge, up to and including Paul Manafort being moved several days ago to a new jail he did not want to be moved to, a move that occasioned the public release of this mugshot. If this hearing in Manafort's case is being delayed until next week because of some significant new development in the case, what everybody is obviously on the edge of their seat about is the prospect that the new significant development occasioning the delay could be that he's potentially considering a guilty plea or some other kind of negotiation with prosecutors. He's the only American charged thus far in the entire Russia legal case who has not pled guilty and or agreed to cooperate with prosecutors. If he does so, that would be a big deal. So you should know that's going on in the Manafort case. And as we were getting that surprising small bit of information out of the Eastern District of Virginia today, as we were getting that information, the Justice Department today announced a surprise new indictment. Now, this has made a lot more headlines. A lot of the reporting on this indictment today sort of credulously describes the woman who was charged today, Maria Butina, as a Russian gun rights activist. Take that with a grain of salt. There isn't a gun rights movement in Russia, let alone one that she is part of. There aren't gun rights in Russia. There's no gun rights movement in Russia. The idea that Vladimir Putin and his political party, with which she is allied, the idea that they would support that kind of activism on Russian soil is ridiculous. That'd be like hearing that Mike Pence was going to be grand marshal of a gay pride parade near you, right? Does not compute. What Maria Butina is, and has been visibly so for a few years now, is a sort of odd Russian appendage to the American gun rights movement, to the NRA specifically, and associated conservative organizations that are influential in the Republican Party. A couple of months ago, you might remember us reporting that among the American officials, she and another Russian who she's associated with, a Russian official named Alexander Torshin, among the Americans they were able to get to go for this laughable gun rights in Russia scam that they were pulling, was John Bolton. John Bolton, who's the new Trump national security advisor. I mean, Maria Butina was arrested yesterday and is being charged as a secret agent of the Russian Federation. John Bolton, national security advisor, not that long ago was persuaded to make a video address for her supposed gun rights group in Russia.
Today, you're engaged in a historic debate about the possible expansion of your freedoms. Should the Russian people have the right to bear arms?
Today, according to a criminal complaint filed in federal court in Washington, D.C., the person who arranged for John Bolton to make that address on Russian gun rights, she was charged with conspiracy to act as an agent of the Russian Federation within the United States. Quote, the FBI's investigation has revealed that Maria Butina, the defendant, was working in the U.S. at the direction of an unnamed Russian official who is described elsewhere in the criminal complaint.
Capture the enemy base or kill all enemy forces. Run! Quick march! Slingers! Quickly! Our enemies drew first blood! Double time! Run! Destroy! Slay them! Death! Destroy! Glory awaits! Fire carefully. Those are Allied soldiers.
Double time! Quick march! Kill! Spears! Apace! Slingers! Death! Run! Slingers! Kill! Double time! Slay them! Spears! Run! Slingers! Destroy! Quick march!
Charge! Come together!
Double time! Slingers! Spears! Slingers! Quick march!
With me!
Slingers! Run! Awaiting orders! Slay them! Double time! Run!
Charge!
Pace! Spears! Run! Spears! Commander! Apace! Quickly! Slingers! Attack!
Watch your fire! Their base will soon be ours!
Quick march! Slay them! Kill! Spears! Run! Slingers! At the ready! Death! Spears! Quickly! Slingers! Slingers! Destroy! Spears!
We need every last soldier we can get! Stop killing them!
Run! Slingers! Yours to command! Slingers! Quick march!
Understood. Orders received.
Our men are being attacked!
Destroy! Double time!
Fight for freedom! No prisoners!
Slay them! Attack!
Our base is under attack!
Slingers! Destroy!
Pummel them!
Death!
Double time!
Slingers! Slay them!
Fire carefully! Those are Allied soldiers! Here we fight, or here we die! Quickly! The King of Sparta has fallen! Close in!
Attack! Death!
Our base has been captured!
Slingers!